In this video, we are going to talk about the toolchain that we will be using for writing React applications. You must be thinking, what is toolchain? So toolchain is a collection of tools that makes it easy for you to write specific kind of application. So here we are talking about writing React applications. So till now, we were writing all the React applications in a simple HTML file by adding React, React DOM and Babel script tags here and writing all your React code into script. So by showing you that we can write React application in a simple HTML file, I was trying to show that you don't need any extra tool to write React application. You just need few different script tags, then you can start writing your applications. But the problem with this approach is, as soon as your app starts getting bigger, like multiple pages or multiple components, it will start becoming messy. You cannot write everything in one place. And that is where the developer experience gets really bad. So to fix that, we are going to use a predefined toolchain that is going to help us write the React app in a lot more easier way. So for that, we are going on to reactjs.org and here we will click on Get Started. On the right hand side, you'll see the menu. When you click on that, you'll find how to create a new React app. When you click on that, you'll get inside like what are the things you get. So first thing is like that we have already talked about, you might not need a toolchain. You only need the toolchain for writing applications that has multiple pages, multiple components, and it is big. You can start writing React by adding a plain script tag in HTML page, and that is what we have seen it here. But this is not the recommended. The recommended toolchain by the community is using a tool known as Create React App. So you must be thinking, what is Create React App? So Create React App is a comfortable environment for learning React and is the best way to start building a new single page application in React. So that is what we are going to use. So to use that, here the requirement says you need to have Node installed on your system. And the version of Node that you should be using, it should be greater than 8.10 and once you install Node, you also get access to NPM, Node Package Manager, and that should be greater than 5.6. So to check the version of Node and NPM, we'll go on to terminal. And here you can just say node-v. So it will give you the version of Node that you're using at that specific point of time. Similarly, you can say npm-v and that will give you the version of NPM that you're using. So the Node version we are using is 12.19.0 and the NPM version is 6.14.8. So if you compare it, we are using the right environment. Now, once you're done with this, you need to run this command. I am in my specific folder and I'm just going to write this command. And here, so instead of saying my app, so I'll call it basic and press enter. As soon as you press enter, so NPX will create a basic structure of place where you can write React application. It will take a bit of time, so don't worry about it. I will fast forward the video and we'll come back in a few seconds. So now we can see here that the process is done and it has taken in 16 seconds to do that. Similarly, for you, it can take different amount of time depending on your internet speed and the capability of the system. Don't worry about it. So what we are going to do now, we are going to take a look at how does it feel like to write React application in this toolchain. So I'll go into basic and I'll open the code in my favorite code editor, that is VS Code. And we can see the folder structure for writing React application right here. Here you can see there are multiple folders. Let's just talk about some folders that we need to understand. First thing is Node modules. So Node modules is all the Node packages that you're using. And it should always be added into gitignore. That you can see it here, that it is already added to gitignore. Because the size of Node modules will be huge and you don't want to push it to GitHub. Say you don't have Node modules. So the way to create Node modules is by using npm install. So for example, I go ahead and delete this, then I'll have to run this command called npm install and press enter. What that will do, it will go through everything that you have in dependencies in package.json and it will try to install that packages and create the node modules folder. Don't forget, you always need to add node modules in your git ignore. One thing that we'll get with this boilerplate that we have created using create react app is all these things will be done by itself. So git ignore is created. We have already added node modules to git ignore. So we understood about node modules folder. Going on to next is public folder. So public folder is the folder that you don't have to touch. It will get generated by itself. So public folder includes things like favicon.icon, index.html and some logo information. So if you go on to index.html, you have the HTML basic structure like this, and here you can see that you have a special div with ID of root. So do you remember every time we used to create the basics React app, we used to do that. So we did it by ourselves, and here create React app will do it for you. So you have this thing, so you don't have to touch public folder. We'll move on to SRC at the last, but before that, we have a git ignore that we already talked about, everything that you want to ignore, not pushing to git. Then we have package.json. So package.json is where all the basic information about your application lives. All the packages you are using, all the script command that you need, and that is what you can see it here. We have all the script command running here, like start, build, test, and eject. So whenever you want to start the application, what you need to do, you just need to open terminal and say npm run start. So whenever you want to run any script from scripts tag in package.json, you have to use npm run. So whatever is the command in script tags like start, build, test, eject, you will be running it like this, npm run start. Or if you want to say build, you'll say build. The same case with test and eject. But start is a special command, so only for start you can directly say npm start. You don't have to say run. But for other things, build and test, you will have to do that. Once you say npm start, it will create a development server, and the address of that here is localhost 3000. So as soon as you go on to that address, that is localhost 3000, you'll see the basic React app is running here. And you must be thinking, where is it coming from? So for that, we have to look into SRC folder. SRC is the most important folder where we are going to work. So what I'm going to do, there are a lot of files that we don't need it right now, and that will mess it up when you want to understand that. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into the folder SRC and delete everything from here. So I'll say rm-rf and press start. It will select all the file and will delete it. As soon as you delete it, so as soon as you clicked enter, you can see there is nothing inside SRC now. Now let's go ahead and create our basic structure. So for that, I'll go ahead and create an index.js file. So index.js is the most important file. That is what is used for mounting our React elements to DOM. And in index.js, we need access to React and React DOM. And the way you do that is by using import statement, because import is the latest feature of JavaScript and you can use it here to make your life easier. So we can say import React from, where do you want to import React from? So React is a package. It always comes from node modules. If you want to see that inside node modules, you'll see a special folder called React. Can you see it here? Similarly, you'll have different things like React DOM. So all the packages that you installed using your package.json, that we can see it here, React DOM, is present inside node modules. And whenever you say import React from, I want to import it from node modules, you just have to say React. So when you don't have anything in front of the name, like something like // or /, it means that you are importing from node modules. So we need React for creating React element. We also need React DOM for mounting the React element to DOM. So for that, we'll say import React DOM from React DOM. So now we have imported React and React DOM. What do we need to do? We need to say React DOM, go ahead, render the component. So what component do you want to render? So let's just say something like h1 hello React. So this is my component for now. And here we just have to pass where do you want to render that. And for that we'll say document dot get element by ID. What is the ID we are looking for? We are looking for root ID. Where is this coming from? So if you look at index.html, you will see diff with ID of root. So everything that you create using React will be mounted inside div with ID of root. Now you just go ahead and check whether your server is running or not, and that you can see it is broken. So you say npm start. Again, it will create the server and it will open it for you. We can see we have localhost 3000 open, and here it is saying hello React. So everything is working for us. Now what we need to do is, so rather than adding component like this, why not create a component right here? So we have also talked about component to be a function starting with a capital case that accepts some props and based on that return some JSX. And here when we want to render that component app, we can just say app component I want to render into root element. Now you come back here, you'll see that everything is the same. So what if you change hello React to hello world? You come back here, refresh it, and you'll see hello world. Now, one important thing to notice, in your index.js file, you should not be adding a lot of components. So how can we fix it? What if I want to put this component somewhere outside? So each file will contain only one component. So whenever we need to change that, we can go into that file and change it. So I can take this component from here and create a folder called components. Inside that folder, I'm just going to create a new file called app.js. Inside that, I'm just going to paste this component. And what I need to do, I need to use this component in another file. Say you want to buy a car that is only made in US and you want to buy that in India. So how can you do that? So for that, you will have to ask US to export that car to your country. So India will be able to import that car and it will be able to give it to you. Similarly here, I want to use this component in index. So first I will have to export from here. So we'll say export default. Don't worry about default keyword right now. We'll talk about it in next video. But for now, you just have to name the component that you want to export. And as soon as you're exporting it here, now you can import it in this component. So here you will import app from, where do you want to import it from? Do you remember I talked to you about when you are importing from node modules, you don't have to write anything in front of that. But when you are importing it from local files, you'll have to put /. As soon as you do that, what happens? It shows you the folder in that structure. So you say components. Inside that, I'll get access to app, refresh it. Now if you see, you'll see hello world. What if I change it to add an emoji? So I'll go ahead, add a fire emoji, go back here, and you will see it is updated by itself. I will put this React app so you can just see directly how fast it refreshes. Now I'll show you some of the things how it makes you a productive developer. Say for example, you are changing world to React. You save it, and what happens is even if I'm not refreshing the page, it got refreshed by itself. That helps you with the speed of building stuff. So these are the things that comes with Create React App. Understand the folder structure. You just have to do it inside src. You can create multiple components, export it from there, import it here, and use it. So whenever you change anything in a component, it will change by itself. You don't have to refresh it. So that can help you build things faster.